Well, oh, let's see. Let's start it right here, shall we? All right. Do, re, mi, fa, so, pu, ra, no, ra, pu, so, fa, mi, re, do, mi, so, no, so, mi, do, mi, do, re, so, re, mi, do. Wow, I have been gone for a month. It's unbelievable. Thank you to the 2 viewers that are currently viewing this. No doubt you're probably part of an organization that's trying to find out if I'm doing well or not. But aside from that, let's get right to brass tactics. I am Soprano Uraki Onobdy. And based on the introduction you've got so far, that is exactly how I spell my name. SopranoUrokiOnobdy. And if we're going with a katakana, so pu ra no uroki onobudi. Now there's a big. I was thinking about using the ba kana for onobody, but I think it's better if I do a onobdy, because onobdy, nobody, close to bu than ba. It's been a month since I've started streaming, so I might as well do the name of the stream. It is technically a reintroduction of myself. And what more, I've effectively changed the introduction to be something a little bit more upbeat. And the presentation to be a little bit more pensive. Funny thing. Well, I might as well get into that as soon as I get into the next slide. A bit of an outline of all the goals that I currently have so far. I want to get a little bit more into myself, an approach that I want to do with streaming, especially with what High-Key is doing towards what I'm wanting to do right now, some of the projects that I have in progress, and I guess goals that I want to get to within the month that I have, or at least the rest of this year. About me. I recall in my first stream that I had used a Dungeons and Dragons sheet. I deem it appropriate, because one thing that comes to mind is some of the personality traits that I've been trying to come up with. Heavens, my YouTube channel says, who am I? What am I? Where am I? When am I? When am I? How am I? And why am I? And in order to get that, I am going to have to stream. Maybe I'll get what I want, but not in the way that I expect it. The bondage that I deal with is the corporation that helps me find myself. Along with that, I've wanted to get into theater performances, live streaming and offline. It's a very intricate balance between the three factors. I think I'll get into the first bit for the theater performances a little bit later. But one flaw that I found is that I want to prepare, even over-prepare even. And of course, there are my stats. I've always found myself very dexterous. Not really much in the strength, but I've been meaning to get into strength training. Why heavens. High-Key has been bugging me to see if I can't make it a point to lose weight. While I may be skillful in handling a weapon, it is better to keep my body in physical shape. They want me to lose weight. And of course, there's intelligence and wisdom and charisma. Heavens, I spent an entire 2 hours at a gym wanting to find out what has where and maybe when I could do it. Maybe when I could do exercising without being too busy. But not only that, around the time that I was at my planning break, High-Key had adjured me to get my area back in tip-top shape for streaming. And one of the things they had me do was really look through the books that I had organized through. I'd like to take a closer look at the bottom left. The bottom left are a ton of choral and secular musics, all of them sheet musics. I would like to think with the advent of, let's say, the internet, I'll likely get chances to hear how those songs sound and be able to sing them. I think this one in particular is called Madame Butterfly. It's all I know is that it's a tragedy involving the main character, who is no, this it is Japanese related. A main character that she's a woman. I think she's a. I don't know if she's a geisha, but she does fall in love with a foreigner. They both fall in love. They get busy. He has to leave because maybe maybe the war's over. I think he was a sailor. And then she bears his child. She waits for him, and then he comes back, only to find that he has a wife he married while he was overseas. He is sorry he wasn't able to be faithful to her, but he was willing to take care of the child. And it's all tragic because Madame Butterfly just dies. There was a recent adaptation that's more secular called Miss Saigon. Same idea. Different nationality. Different war, that's for sure. But I'd like to do that. I'd like to see if I could get some of those songs underneath my belt and I could utilize them as maybe for my theater performances, as part of auditions. But those same musics could not just be for auditions for theater, it could likely be for competitions. More on that later on. I'll definitely talk about what I've been up to for the past month. But let's focus on going clockwise. I've mentioned before that I've had another personality that's been writing. He's been doing concept art. I guess I can focus on the top two. There's been sketches, concept designs over a book that's been wanting to publish. In fact, there's been 4 books. One of them that's related to me all of a sudden, talking about where I've come from. And the other one's just a coming-of-age high school novel, fantasy writing, and a fan fiction. Only one way to find out. And it's a matter of organizing the time to be able to finish what Henry has started. Heavens. Henry was the one that developed this player character name, even setting me at level 1. No idea where he is now. And no idea where he's getting all these ideas from for these books. It's all there. It's just a matter of bridging the gaps between what he's already finished. And likewise, being able to sketch and illustrate specific parts of the books. With that said, along with those sketching books, there are Japanese books for manga for manga character drawings, doing illustrations, and also learning said language. Heavens, I've used my own name in Japanese. Might as well make it a point to understand the language, even though I can't put it on a conversational level. As for the last item, this book carries some form of interest. It talks about, well, initially a man who helps out the captain of a ship in sending a missive over. Well, he dies, and they end up on an island where Napoleon lives. Napoleon Bonaparte. The setting's around the time when I guess I could call it the French Revolution at this point, because it does involve Napoleon Bonaparte. So they shipwreck on an island. He is asked to deliver a message, but forgets about the message because the captain dies, and the captain now. They need the first mate ends up making Dantes, the main character, the captain. But let's focus on the point right now. It focuses on becoming a captain and him getting arrested by being labeled a Bonapartist and then sent to rot into a prison. Prison escape, revenge. I like that story. I also like being able to read it out loud. Gives you a good idea on the mannerisms that the author has went through. It's one of the many books that I found in this collection. The other one being Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I need to read that. So within all this, books for music, books for publishing, and why I have a trading success book in the middle of the writing stuff, I have no idea. But if High Key really wants me to get into investing, honest to goodness, they'd have to give me money for that. And maybe audio reading. It'd be interesting to see if I can get the theater performances to help out with my speaking, as long as my singing. Now, the approach of how I'm going to be able to do this. Let's start with the second slide of this first. This is a calendar, a planner of sorts. Right now it is half full. Well, quarter full. Never want to say empty on this part. There is a lot of opportunity at this point. It is a vision with an action. Oh, hey. Oh. Yeah, it's been a month. Oh my gosh, I'm reintroducing myself because it's been a month and I've been really busy with a planning break of sorts. Yeah, so it's about 4 months. I had to take a bit of a break. I have this very strange thing of doing a break between for 2 months in June and July of things. Oh, February. I started streaming in February. I mostly did a lot of Stardew Valley and RuneScape, and I really want to get back into it, but I would need a better plan because I wanna get into theater perform. I really want to get back into the whole swing of being able to sing better and theater performances. If that's an answer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's really nice for you to see that. Anyway, well, the idea right now is that I want to get a calendar going. Well, I say I want to get a calendar going, but I have been getting a calendar going for about February to June. That's when I stopped streaming and wanted to break from it all. Games I mostly play? You know what? This can wait. Hold on, let me get to the projects in progress that I currently have right now. These are the two projects that I have in mind. It seems that I have a maximum of 2 projects. One is RuneScape 3 and the other one's Stardew Valley. Right now, the goal for RuneScape 3 is to get all my stats up to an acceptable member status and complete all FTB quests. And for this one, I'm currently going the JoJo route and wanting to see if I could fix up these to skill level 10 and satisfy the JoJo bundles. I do want to make it more difficult though once I've finished up getting the JoJo bundles and skill level 10s. So I guess you could say I'm more of an MMORPG / casual player. I want to get into some different projects though. There's a Pokemon game. Redemption, Last of Us, God of War. You know what? I'd have to look through my Steam library on this one. I know the majority of my library. I do like casual games that involve a lot of strategy, puzzles even. Not much on the lines of I've played a Souls-like game, but it isn't exactly Dark Souls, but I'll get deeper into that. Clients project. Oh, that's cool. Sounds important and expensive. I know the feeling. Let's see. But I like it though. I'm trying to see if I could make games and streaming an outlet. That's for sure. With a calendar and everything else, I want to make sure that I lose some weight because one company that's trying to help me remember who I am is trying to get me to lose weight before the end of this year. Huh. That's good to know. Let's see. More importantly, the idea behind the approach is, well, the translation of this little phrase over here. It's actually a Japanese proverb which goes, Rinnen naki kodo wa kyoki de ari, kodo naki rinnen wa kachi de aru, which is the translation of actions without vision become nightmares, and visions without actions become a daydream. Uh, in a little bit. I just wanted to get a. I do want to finish up a little bit more of how I want to approach this. I mean, I do like the idea of being able to talk to people. It helps improve on a wide scale of sorts. But projects in progress that I currently have, trying to get this to F2P standards and finishing quests, and also getting the JoJo bundle. More on that especially. I want sooner or later, once I finish getting the JoJo bundle and level 10 in all skills, maybe it'll unlock even further. I want to put a challenge towards it. I've already got it to a point where I'm planning to marry Maru. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I will definitely take a look into that. In a bit. I'll work it. I've got to get to this. I got to get through all of this as well. I want to put a challenge towards Stardew Valley. I know that the community bundle is a lot difficult since it involves more items, especially with, well, being a part of the community. You got to enjoy every single part of it, from the characters that are inside it and, well, enjoying the farming itself. And money is all the thing that matters in the JoJo bundle. But it does make for a good achievement getter, even though it falls in a different direction. And the goals, which also falls into the goals. Right now, with the time that I had limited, I only had a chance to display one goal. This being the search result after looking for a name specifically. As you can see, Soprano Onobdy seems to get corrected to "Do you mean Sopranos Nobody?" And Nobody technically does match out a part of the katakana that I work with. But I would like to see "Did you mean Sopranos Nobody?" go away. I would like to see that go away. And of course, the second part. When I left, I left with about 11 subscribers, even. And during my theater performances, I managed to get 2 more subscribers underneath my belt. Yeah, I'll be able to talk to you later. But let me focus on this one as well. 13 subscribers, and I don't know, I'd like to see that number go into the triple digits at this point. It would be nice to work with. And we could see where it happens afterwards. I'd also like to see myself go beyond just 2 projects. Right now I know that Stardew Valley is going to take up a lot of time, so it's probably going to be taking up 2 of the 3 streams that I'm going to be doing within the week. RuneScape's going to be a lot easier to work with. I did videos of just me grinding and skilling. It's not as it's a lot more tedious, but you're able to do it off camera, or technically I am recording it, so it's technically on camera. But to the point, I'd like to see myself go beyond 3 projects. One project that I worked on that I hope to put it into a stream is, well, a ton of Pokemon cards that are sitting on my desk. Well, it's next to my workstation, being the computer. I've organized it based on type, from normal to dragon or steel, depending on whatever comes last. I'd like to make a single-player game based on the cards that are there, which will have me... I've already vetted the cards, so to make sure that none have any... To make sure that they at least have 1 attack on them. It's a work in progress. Not only that, High Key is making it a point to see if I can't lose weight. high key is also making it a part of trying to find out who I am, and also to resume what I can and can't do. Heavens, they're even asking me to get an assistant that would allow me to better display what I can publish, for sure. It'll really understand how am I, why am I, what am I, when am I, who am I, and where am I. It's the least that a person can do in this case. Or at least a corporation that has the backings of whatever power they come from that would allow me to remember who I am and whatnot. And lastly, this symbol. I've seen this symbol often, and I'd like to be able to change it. Maybe the background. I like the U that they have in for me, and apparently it's related to one of the books that I'm in. So we'll work it. And, oh, forgot about this one. I made sure to have a slide or two to help out with crafting all of these together. Had to make it a point to bold them and put them in, I don't know, maybe, was it 128 font? But still, it's like maybe a game. You're adjusting the brightness so that the bottom doesn't look as visible as ever. So much for that. Either way, we got something going on. I don't know. And then there's this. I'll probably make it a point later on to see what I can do with scheduling my streams a little bit better. And also improving the way that I speak. Heavens, it's been so long so far. Oh, and even more interesting, it only took me about 20 minutes to get through a presentation. Probably a lot more coming down the line. We have made a presence. Now let's make sure that presence counts, because I'm going to schedule a lot of things, both on YouTube and on my calendar. All right. That'll be it for this day. Guess I'll see you guys Friday and Saturday and next Tuesday.